Hello, welcome back. This is the image that we are going to be recreating today. So here's the pictures that I took from the finished product. So we're going to get started right into this. So first we do a base for the red scarwax for everything to basically sit on. So we're just basically running through the general area of where we're going to be doing this piece today. So what I'm using is red scarwax, white scarwax, and skin color scarwax. So we just blend out all the edges for this and get all this sit in place, ready for all the details and things like that. So now I'm adding these two red strips here for the white pieces to go on top of there for the ligaments. And I've done the red pieces underneath them, so then when I put the white pieces over the top of it, it makes it look a bit deeper, it creates that depth. And then I just blend in both of the ends of each end of it and do the same on the other side. So I added two white pieces for this. So now I've added some slightly lighter colour of pink scarwax on here for the veins. And I've just done basically the same technique as what I did with the white bits, except I just like move them around a little bit to give them more of a veiny sort of pattern. So now I'm going in with the red pieces, going around the entire thing of the whole wound. And that's also just to create depth as well, and it gives that more of a ripped sort of texture and feel about it. So what I did is I basically just made like a sheet of scarwax and I just like tore it so it gave that ripped effect, and I just do that pretty much around the whole entire thing. And I sometimes overlayer it and do a couple of layers over the top to give it that extra depth to make it look a little bit more deep. And also it's a technique that I kind of like, because it just gives it that extra realism, where everything's not all the same shape and it's all like messed up and looks like more like ripped flesh. So just blend that out into your actual skin and just pretty much do that around the whole thing. Well, actually do that around the whole thing. And then you start adding the skin colour scarwax around the whole thing. Doing the same technique as what you did with the red, just ripping it and creating this like torn effect. Also keep working with the blending, because that's also really important, because you don't want to see any of those edges. And if you can help it, if you can still see some of those edges, try and make them as invisible as possible. All the while keep blending, so everything's always blended in. That's the thing that takes the longest, is just the blending. It's constant working on that blending. I do it with my fingers and not with a tool, because then I can feel all the edges with my fingers. And I just like the way that technique is, and I just like to feel more close to it while I'm doing this with my hands. Everybody's usually got their own little technique. A lot of people use tools or spoons or different sorts of things to blend all this out. I personally just like using my fingers, but it's still fine to do whatever makes you more comfortable doing it. If you want to use a tool, then use a tool. So now we're almost complete with this piece now. So I just went in there with blood and red shading for around the outside of the wound to make it look more sore. And now just with some makeup, and that's pretty much it, guys. So now I'm just gonna show you all the basic areas of what I've done, give you all a little bit of a close-up here so then you can see exactly how I've done it. And then I'm gonna go into the removal video. So this is a bit that a lot of people on Instagram seem to like. Also on my Facebook page, they also like this. So what I do is I just go straight in and do a removal part so then people can see me remove it. I suppose it can be quite satisfying. I've noticed that when I've seen other people's removal videos that it is quite satisfying. So here's the removal piece, guys. The way it just comes off in your hand like that, it just looks so cool. I love that. So now here's the pictures that I created for this that I'm going to be uploading onto my Instagram account. I'm also be uploading onto Facebook as well. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like and drop me a comment. Thank you very much.